Right, and his opponent on the left side are Orange Terran. It is CT6 Vespasian.
Yeah, like I said earlier, Defender League Season 3 champion, and you called something a little funny. You said, proxy barracks Reaper, and, well, he's got an SEV that has made his way into the left side of the map here, rallied around this mineral line, and he's probably going to throw down a pretty quick barracks, and we're going to see some proxy action here.
Yeah, no gas yet. Not sure if he's just going to go for like mass marines, or there's a few different things he could go from here, but he's not making any workers, so yeah, he's just going to go into gas. He's just going to 888 this. So that SEV is going to build one barracks and then another barracks, and then it's just going to be nothing but Reapers out of those two barracks until Sabre dies or Vespasian taps out.
Yeah, and the interesting thing is going to be if Sabre can get a sense of what's going on here. He sends out his scouting SEV as his barracks is going to be late to the party by about a good 20 seconds compared to Vespasian's. And we've got this SEV making its way across the map, and, well, he's going to get a good sense of what's going on pretty early on. But the question is how is he going to respond, and, what is his response going to be? Because, if you're in this position, Diamond player, you've been through this situation before, but seemingly to me, I still can't wrap my head around how accurately you need to respond to this, because he sees the worker counts, like he's not an idiot, he knows what's going on, he's watching this, and instantly his call is to throw down a bunker at the front, and he's going to make a marine. But that's a pretty poor bunker placement because, Reapers are on the way, and of course Reapers are going to go straight for the mineral line.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what Sabre's reaction here. He's thinking, throwing down that bunker right there by the ramp. The ramp hardly matters against what Vespasian's doing. The first Reaper is going to pop in here, and he's got like 180 degrees of cliff to work with. And then now with that bunker there and the marine there, he's going to have about 140 degrees of cliff work to do as that first Reaper pops in. Now he's going to pick up a fast SCV already.
Wow, one SCV not pulled from Sabre, going to start another one. Of course, Sabre can't take on one Reaper with one Marine, so he's going to wait until he gets two Marines at least. But Reapers, the great thing about them is they can dance, and they can dance pretty well. They also heal up themselves as well. This SCV coming in here for Vespasian's going to lay down a bunker. It's like a bunker war. The Marines are going to try and take out this Reaper now. They get some more SCV support. He's just going to run away and get some, stutter step action on those SCVs. Now another Reaper late to the party. That Marine over there for Sabre's not joining things up. Now 3 Reapers versus 3 Marines. One Marine goes down, and all 3 Reapers have stayed alive, and he just barely loses one. He's going to lose another.
Oh, so close. Oh, so close. But Sabre needs to pull out of gas. He's got 3 SCVs wasting their time mining gas now. He's up to 150 gas. That's not going to do him any good. If he's just trying to pull out Marines, he needs to get maximum mineral production here. He's got that factory coming now, so like a Widow Mine or a Hellion would be great. But by the time that Hellion comes out, I'm worried he's just going to be in an awful position with 2 Reapers at a time coming into his base.
The call is Hellion. We're not getting any more SCV production out of Vespasian. 2 Reapers making their way up into the natural. Of course, Sabre's call is to just fight this with anything and everything he's got, pulling SCVs. Marines to do the trick, and then Hellions. The thing is you can target down Hellions fairly easy. Reapers do a high amount of damage, and a Hellion joining the fight here for Sabre might do some to dissuade Vespasian from any more, further pushing up here with these Reapers. But of course, that bunker's doing nothing. It was pretty poor bunker placement. A lot of SCVs. One Reaper making its way in, getting surrounded by these SCVs here. Another one targeting the Hellion. Not the best exchange. That all 3 of those Reapers are going to live. No more units for Sabre to fight with. One Reaper going down, but another one joining the party, and this is GG.
Yeah, he has no money. He barely got up to 100 minerals there to start another Hellion. He's got 1 Marine left. But Vespasian is still, he's got barely any workers at home, but he does have some, making it so that he can pump out these little bit of Reapers at a time. But yeah, that 1 Marine's about to die, and then that's it for Sabre.
Oh, the Reaper actually got killed by the Marine, but other than that, Hellion pops out. He doesn't have an orbital command. He doesn't have enough minerals to make another SCV, unless he can make this work, and he can't, so that's GG call.
Everything. And the thing is, he practices it, and he can execute everything at least at a mid-diamond level, if not better.
Well, speaking of that devil, spawned in the top right-hand corner, currently winning 1-0, representing Chobo Team League 6. It is your Orange Terran player, Vespasian.
as he sends out his SCV to scout out and probably proxy his opponent in the bottom left is our very own ASL, Sabre, wearing the red trunks.
Yeah, and that's going right to Bullsdale Naga Tower. He's going to get a decent scout. He sees Sabre's SCV, and that's an early SCV scout right after, or right before, rather, you can make that supply depot. So this is about as early a scout as you can imagine, and it's another proxy barracks. So he's probably going to go right into Reaper build. Is he doing another
same exact build?
He's doing the same exact build. And Sabre is actually counter-proxying him, so we're going to have a bit later of a barracks from Sabre.
God.
And honestly, this is as bad as it could be.
Like, his SCVs at home are just going to die.
Yeah.
Vespasian. So what are you proxying?
He saw him.
Oh, man.
He saw the ZV with the Zelnaga Tower, and here we are. And he didn't see him go in and scout, so obviously Sabre has to be proxying. And Vespasian knows the position he's in right now. Should be, happily singing along, because all the resources that Vespasian has been just letting sit so that he can get 2 racks out and with some Reapers really quickly, Sabre's been spending, and he's been making SCVs. Yeah,
and Sabre, if he's able to get like a bunker up at home and then like bring one of his Reapers up, but he's actually getting a reactor or a tech lab, so he's going to proxy Marauders. Oh, this is going to be interesting. This actually could end up in a draw. If they're both going to be making units that don't shoot up, that can't kill the flying buildings before their opponent, this game is going to end up in a really weird place.
Yeah,
wow.
But to be fair, the best unit to deal with Reapers is Marauders with this thing called Concussive Shell, if that's where Sabre's going to be going with it. Like you said, neither of them shoot up. We do have the first Reaper on the way, second Reaper shortly to follow, but there's the Concussive Shell's upgrade coming, and the first Marauder making his way out earlier before the first Reaper is, so this is going to be really interesting. I don't know how, which way this is going to go. We do have a small supply block for Sabre, but he's obviously getting another supply depot here up shortly, hopefully, but he knows what he's up against as this Reaper makes his way into the main and starts whittling down these SCVs.
I think Sabre needs to just send in 1 Marauder now. You normally save up 2 to go in to wait for Concussive Shell to fight off whatever Marines or Reapers your opponent has at home, but he knows that Vespasian has nothing. So he just needs to he should have sent 1 Marauder in and sent the second Marauder down to his main to defend. And he's just targeting down the supply depot. That's not really what he needs to be doing. I mean, that's going to deny any more Reapers from coming out, but the problem is there's already so many for him to deal with, and he's losing so many workers back at home right now.
Yeah, so Sabre knows the situations he's in. It's actually a pretty good idea to go for that supply depot, because 2 Marauders will beat the amount of Reapers that he has right now. So Sabre is perfectly okay with making him lift and do this. This is going to be a draw. This is probably going to be a draw. That's insane. 2 Marauders and 1 more on the way. 3 Marauders beat no matter what the amount of units is that Vespasian has. What Vespasian should actually be doing is trading his SCVs for supply. And so he has 5 Reapers might actually beat 3 Marauders with Concussive Shells because they have the regen ability. So this is going to be really interesting to see where this goes. But in all honesty, are we just going to see a base switch? Like I said, if I was the Vespasian, I would have let my SCVs die and pumped out a Marine or 2, because it might have made the difference in this engagement. 4 Marauders versus 5 Reapers.
Yeah, I actually didn't realize when it was going down, but that bunker in Sabre's main is Vespasian. So Vespasian is defended now from the Marauders, and he's going to be able to float over his CC and defend these Marauders for a little bit. And he's got a few minerals to repair that bunker for a little bit. With the regen and perfect micro, I think he can actually take down these Marauders. And Sabre landing at the gold base here, and he doesn't have any workers. He has 1 SCV.
Two orbitals. He can throw down a 1 mule now and another mule in about 6 seconds.
So he's going to get a little bit of an economy. Here comes the fight. We'll see where this ends up.
One
Reaper going down already. Wow.
The thing is he doesn't know what's up this ramp, so this is a really bad idea. And he knows it. He needs to go home. He just needs to say, okay, you know what, I can't get up that ramp. No dice. I'm going to go defend now. And I think Sabre's chances go up exponentially should he keep this base, because still haven't landed the base, and we're not mining for Vespasian yet. So let's go back to the basics, boys. Reset, and let's play.
Holy crap, dude!
Game. Let's play a pretty standard game now, guys.
Jesus, what is happening? This is the most... Wow. I mean, This is just incredible. I did not expect this to get to where we are right now. I mean, this is so silly, and I'm so excited. This is the strangest game, man. This is so strange. Both players just playing this out perfectly. I mean, Sabre's camping out Vespasian, so he can't escape with his Reapers, and this is Overgrowth, so those Marauders are blocking like the only way out for these Reapers. Vespasian's going to maybe poke around, try and escape with one Reaper. I don't think he's got it, though. He's going to go down.
That's bad news, Bears. That Reaper. Oh, it just escapes.
And it's got regen, so it's going to heal up to full. And he's going to be able to go harass Sabre.
He thinks he put his base like at the natural, but it's at the gold, and he has a refinery back at his place still that he originally spawned at. So that refinery is letting him know that it's not actually in that area, but he's going to go scout the main around anyway. There's the Reaper approaching the natural. Nothing else crazy really going down. A factory going down for Sabre, and that's a really good choice right next to the tech lab for the barracks. So another Marauder coming out as soon as this Reaper sees where at least the proxy location was, but that factory is going to go down on the tech lab, and we're going to see a siege tank out. And siege tank, super key. Eventually you're going to get some vision from the high ground with the starport, and at that point the siege tank is going to be able to really do what it needs to do as that Reaper gets shot by the Marauder.
MVP Marauder there, and yeah, like you said, the tech lab switchover coming now. Do you think Sabre's going to take this as soon as he gets a siege tank out?
Absolutely, I do. Not as soon as he gets a siege tank out. He's going to use the barracks for vision, and he's going to go ahead and cut right to the chase. Those Marauders, once he gets his siege tank out, which is being made currently right now, he's getting about a little bit out of the supply block here. He's going to use the barracks for the vision on the high ground. He's got five Marauders supporting as he goes ahead and takes out this refinery, just to make sure that if it comes down into another base race, I can win it. We got Marines, Reapers coming out for Vespasian, and honestly, as much DPS that you can do in high bunches with them, you get enough Marauders and tanky units, and it's just not going to go well for you as these Reapers try to come out and poke and prod. Almost baited one Marauder a little bit out of where he needed to not go.
This is a really tense situation. Sabre does definitely have the upper hand here. His tech advantage, like you said, he's going to play this out, and I think I'm with you 100% here that this is just going to spiral out of control for Vespasian as soon as Sabre gets control of the lower ground here with that siege tank. This is the lowest economy game I think I've ever seen go past like the 11-minute mark.
Really? I mean, I've seen some games, but this is one of those games though that you can. It's definitely memorable, and it was one of those moments where everyone made the right decision. So you just kind of reset, boys. Let's just figure ourselves out again as the siege tank. 5 Marauders and the barracks floating for that vision. Let's not lose the siege tank unnecessarily. 1 Reaper going down already. I think Vespasian knows what he's up against now, and I think he knows that it's going to be some tough dice as the bunker is instantly seeded, and we're gonna have a proper fight on our hands as he sells the bunker.
I'm interested to see if he can make anything happen out of this battle, but with the second siege tank on the way, and Sabre's got a huge supply lead. Like that gold is paying off for him so much. He's able to actually afford the gas income to make better units than Vespasian. So
yeah, and if he gets out of medevac, or even if he does, goes for a Banshee and goes straight for the throat on it, I think a medevac, that's GG called Vespasian. So Sabre taking game 2, which is a crazy. But speaking of micro indecisions, we get to see another one, and the chances are it's going to happen pretty quickly. So here we go, spawning in the top of Vani Research Station. Tied it up last series in a fantastic Proxy Marauder versus Proxy Reaper. It is representing Ascended StarCraft League, the Red Terran player, Sabre.
And his opponent, our orange CT6 Terran, is Vespasian. Not going to proxy anything too quickly this game.
And he's making a 9th SCV, so chances are he's actually going to play a fairly standard opening by making workers. Like I feel like everyone can at least accept that. So
it's going to be so funny. Depending on what Vespasian has planned, this game, which is like slightly more standard than the last game, might actually end faster.
because I want to hear your reasoning on this. Because Sabre, last game was like when did it end? 18 minutes or 15 minutes or something?
I think it was 16-minute game or so, 15 and change. I think is what it got to. Like if in a standard TVT, that's like a 2-base like Marine tank timing that wins the game. If you're playing standard. But that game opened with 11 racks Marauder versus 888 Reaper. Like that was the least standard. Like that game situation is one of the rarest in TVT these days. But when you know your opponent's going to go Reapers, like Sabre does, there's a good chance that Marauder build is actually pretty fantastic. That's basically the only time you ever see it is when you know your opponent likes to go 888.
Yeah, both of those SCVs bumping into each other, and Sabre seeing his opponent's SCV, seeing his scout, probably thinks something up is something's a little funky. It's not a crazy scout, but we have an early tech lab going down on this. He's going right for Marauders like we were talking about, as there's a Reaper making its way out, and another Barracks is just out of the way, so more Reaper action, not any more SCVs being made, but it's just an extended Reaper rush. Like this is the same thing as Reaper rush, it's just a little bit later.
Yeah, I think it's actually just going to be like a 3 racks Reaper, is what we're going to end up with. But Sabre going for the defensive Marauders, like
perfect.
He is absolutely going to be prepared for this. Yeah, and Vespasian, if this is the kind of situation where I think Sabre's got the upper hand for sure, but Vespasian can micro his way out of this. It's a little bit less of auto loss than the proxy Marauder is.
And last game, that wasn't an auto loss by any means at all anyway.
No, yeah.
So.
It ended up being really close.
Yeah, we have a second Marine making its way out, 2 more Reapers on the way, so he's just going to be pumping out Reapers. They tend to be his favorite unit, but Sabre putting a factory a little bit hidden out of the way here. No more upgrades coming for this Marauder, so no concussive shells as of yet, which would really make him amazing. These small units here getting a bunch of almost picking off that Reaper coming out of 6 health, but he knows what he's up against now. There's a lot of Reapers on the map, though. There's a couple of FCVs getting pulled. I don't know what they're going to be used for, but the situation is shaping up pretty similarly to how Vespasian likes to play his TVTs, I guess.
Yeah, Vespasian actually canceling his 3rd barracks. Not exactly sure what he's got planned now. He's actually bringing some SCVs with him. I'm really interested to see where he goes with this. I might throw down a bunker outside of Sabre's base. Yeah, here comes all the SCVs. Just going to go for an SCV pull, but with that factory just now finishing up, and a Hellion about to be started, I assume possibly a Widowmine.
Tanks.
Actually going for a tech lab. Going to see some tanks. That might actually be his downfall. These SCVs and stuff are going to arrive before the siege tank is out, and he might be able to overwhelm the 2 Marauders and 3 Marines he's going to end up fighting with.
Yeah, forward scan going down for Vespasian, sees what he's up against, knows that there's concussive shells, knows that there's a timer on this. The Sabre sees all the units coming in, lots of Reapers leading the charge. SCVs can be pulled from both sides, concussive shells not yet finished. So these Reapers are able to get away. One Reaper does go down fairly quickly. A Mule getting the Vespasian's SCVs are not really attacking what they need to be attacking right now, but the Marauders getting strutted by the SCVs as Marines didn't really do what they were supposed to do either. The Marauder finally does go down. Now there's 3 Reapers, 4 Reapers, 1 more joining the action as a Marauder and a Marine here start to go to work. 1 Reaper going to go down really quickly, another one on low health, and Sabre seems to have held, especially since he's about to get some Banshees out, and once that happens, it's GG because there's nothing to deal with that. So, Banshee's the utmost, but can he beat him before that happens? The Marine's dead, and now it's just SCVs and a Marauder versus 3 Reapers, and they're going to try and target him, but
with concussive shell out, those SCVs are actually getting some hits off every time the Marauder shoots, and then there's a second Marauder out. I don't know if Vespasian can keep this up.
Ooh, yeah, no, 2 versus 3, especially with the SCV support, so it is what it is, but that Reaper might not make it. 1 more shot and he's down, so just 2 more. Vespasian pushing the Reapers maybe a little bit more than he needed to, as this Banshee's still not getting made, but once it is made, that's it.
Yeah, they're even on worker count now, but Vespasian has no idea about Sabre's tech. He might know it just from normal game sense and how this plays out for him in this situation that there's probably something else going on. But Sabre is going to be in fantastic position once he gets that Banshee out across the map, especially since Vespasian is actually still rallying his barracks units over into Sabre's base. He's about to lose another Marine up here on the high ground.
Yeah, for free. And another Reaper as well is going down. Oh, this is not really well handled from Vespasian. I think he's a little tired because we have had to wait so long for these games to take place. But, generally he executes these so well. Now we've got another Marine, a Widow Mine. Saber's in perfect position. The Banshee halfway done. It's looking rough for Vespasian. He's down 10 supply. He's now remaking SCVs, which is not what he wanted to be doing at minute 8:45 in the game. So,
yeah, he's pulling SCVs again to go for the kill. And I don't think it's going to be able to get anything done. The Widow Mine's going to be out by the time the SCVs get here. There's a Banshee out, and if Sabre pulls that back to defend, there's actually no anti-air at all. There's one Marine for Vespasian right now, and that is it. That is all of this anti-Banshee force on the map for Vespasian. So, yeah, Vespasian's time in this game is coming to an end quickly here as he moves up the ramp.
Oh, the Widow Mine taking out a lot of hit points on those SCVs, which is actually going to help this fight a lot. SCVs pulled for Sabre against Vespasian. All the SCVs now are done for Vespasian. That Widow Mine is not yet on the reload, but of course these Reapers are going to come right back in, and they have to try to go for something. That Banshee is now making its way across the map. It has taken 4 kills as of yet, so now it's Reapers versus Banshee, but I'm not sure that Sabre's really generally too worried about it because that's another Banshee out, and that's GG. There's not much Vespasian can do. He doesn't have anything that can shoot up. There's no Viking turrets on the map. Sabre's lost 7 SCVs in this conflict and 14 Vespasian, so, at this point, Vespasian's probably just playing with one hand.
Yeah, Vespasian's down to 1 worker. There's really, no hope for him. The 1 worker is just down by his old proxy racks, not doing anything more. The Widow Mine's reloaded. It takes out 2 of the Reapers.
That's it.
Then there's nothing left for Vespasian as that final Reaper gets cleaned up. And now the other one's moving in, but there's still a Banshee here. GG well played from Vespasian. And Sabre moves on in first place.